Hello, Ascension Diaries family. It is January 19th, 2018. I also said that in yesterday's video, and so now you all know that I'm a time traveler, so I gave myself away. This is your as above, so below report, but before we get into it, I want to tell you a really quick story about the last report that I shot. And it was my second report, and who wouldn't be nervous to do something like that? So I had the door closed in the room, and I even had a towel placed at the bottom of the door to try and stifle some sound, as my partner was supposed to be coming back into the apartment while I was shooting. So I was trying to stifle the sound. And after I finished shooting, the freaking door was open. And, instantly I was just like what? So it definitely got me surprised. So I even asked him, I was like, did you open the door? Like, why would you do that? And he's like, no, of course I didn't do that. So, I don't know which one of you or whoever was out there was, walking around in the upside down opening my doors, but, I'm not nervous about it anymore. So just come on in. I didn't leave the door open this time, but if it's open again, I'm going to have to up my sage game. I'm going to really sage the house, put some more stuff around. I don't know what that was about. Some of my dead relatives come in and watch me do some YouTube stuff. But yeah, that's my tiny story for you today. Let's get right into the Schumann resonance. Let's take a peek here. You can see that the Schumann resonance did go off, but I want you to take note that the highest that it reached versus the last time you saw that it went off and spiked, it was 55. This time it was only 29. The amplitude was at 29. And previously it did two little spikes here. And it went from around, let's take a peek, just eyeballing it like a 20, amplitude of 20, and the other one of a 29. So nothing too insane, but again, I want you to note a couple of things that I've watched in patterns of watching this graph for a year now. And the one thing I've noticed is that a lot of the time with these four lines, because these are four of the different notes in the Schumann resonance, the main note that we look at is the 7.83, but there's other notes in the song of the earth. And so one thing to take note is the unified look of the lines. A lot of the time, there'll be a little bit of variance in how the lines look, how each of the notes is played, and to what amplitude they're played. But when I see readings like this where it basically looks exactly the same, it brings off a little red flag for me, because these are two instances where all round the ionosphere basically had two big hits. And I'm just going to turn off my notifications. Oh, no, I can't do that right now. Anyways, two big hits, and they're unified across the whole, like all of the frequencies, at least these frequencies that we can see. So, I don't entirely know what that means or what that implicates, but I have a theory, and it's basically that this may not be an organic occurrence. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now until maybe further into the videos, I'll probably get into it. But for now, I want to sort of point that out and see what you have to say about it. If you have any insights perhaps about what this could mean, I'd love it if you put it in the comments below. But let's move on, and I'm going to show you again what this looked like on the other graph. And you can see here that see these two very bold, very precise lines of activity right here. And there's a little bit of a background buzz going on in here, but it was like boom, boom, and that was about it. That's basically all the activity that occurred. And again, I'm shooting this video at 4:25 p.m. And I just loaded it. 4:25 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And so that I find that this graph is about 11 hours off from where I live. It's in Russia, so, you know, I think on one of the pages, maybe it's this page, it says it right here. This graph occurs at UTC plus 7 hours. So universal time. You can look that up and convert this for yourself. But let's see. If I just loaded it and it's 4:30, this says it's 6 in the morning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours ago. So this was in the middle of the night for me. And I can't report having any specific moments last night. I actually slept last night, which was such a relief. But if you were woken up in the middle of the night last night, and I'm not going to do quick math on camera from what time I'm at -9, because there you go. See, I'm already failing. Just not going to go there. I'll put it in the description below what times these occurred at my time, if I remember. And so you can know, maybe if you noticed your body having a particularly strange activity during that time, definitely let us know in the comments below. And we're going to scooch over here to the heart math. And this is from January 18th. So this is not the data from today, but I want to again point at GCO2, which is Saudi Arabia. And this is not organic readings on the graph. There is some serious wonkiness going on with these stations and what they're picking up. This is very mechanical looking. Again, it's not organic. And for all we know, might be the site where there is this non-organic influx of activity happening from whatever, devices out there. There's a lot of equipment that's been operational, like HARP and CERN, if you want to look that up, if you don't know about it already, and plenty of others. There's a bunch of satellites floating around up there doing stuff that we are not privy to, and a bunch of other technology that has been hidden from us. So again, it just doesn't, it's the only thing I really have to go off of is that it doesn't look organic, and so it kind of makes me go, okay, then what technology was this? And looks like we also had some irregular activity. Who's GCI 5 again? New Zealand. Well, so any of you New Zealanders out there feeling things a little extra funky yesterday, a little extra energetic, I'd love to know. And there's South Africa again, just popping off every single day. I feel like the pulse of the planet basically it starts there. Like there's got to be some sort of anomaly in the ionosphere where that either is this entrance point of this maybe cosmic energy, or that's where they just have a shitload of lightning. I'm not entirely sure. Moving on, I guess we're going to move on to spaceweather.com, and I'm just going to point you towards the wind speed here. It is around average 400, so we're doing okay. But there is a solar wind incoming. Let me just make my face a little smaller here so I can read this to you. Forecasters say there's 45% chance of a G1 class geomagnetic storm on January 20th, which would be tomorrow, where a stream of solar wind is expecting to hit Earth. So I'm just going to click this real quick so you guys know. A G1 class is not that insane. There's possible that there would be some power grid fluctuations, some sort of disruption with satellites, and the migratory animals may have some trouble migrating. Also that there will be some aurora going on. And since I am located in Alberta, Canada, it's possible if we have a clear night that I might be able to see something in the sky. But it could also be on the other side of the northern hemisphere that this is seen. But when I do the report tomorrow, they'll do a little graphic where the aurora was or is. expected to be, right over here. As you can see, this is where I live, and this is where the aurora is currently chilling. So I might not get to see anything, but one day I'm going to be recording this video, and I'm going to be able to see something, and it's going to be awesome. Maybe I'll even get it on camera. I have to figure out how to get that stuff on camera because I just love them. They're so incredibly beautiful, and a lot of people don't get the chance to see it. Let's see. Let's move on. Okay, moving on to the K index. A little bit of heightened activity in the geomagnetic field. When someone brought to my attention, or something brought this to my attention, is that when the geomagnetic field is low, it increases our what's the word I'm looking for? Our vulnerability to the effect of cosmic energy, other energy coming from the stars and from, you know, exploding things out in space. And yeah, that's the best way to describe that, in my opinion. And those things obviously will have their own special effect on our bodies. Let's move on to the global consciousness dot. And today I did a tarot reading session with my first patron on Patreon. And I was having a decent time at channeling in the information that her guides needed her to see with the cards. So, but I didn't have, I'm always having these occurrences with my friends reaching out to me when I'm thinking about them. It's pretty common now. It's pretty commonplace. So if you had any more occurrences of that today, an increase than usual or a decrease than usual, please put it down in the comments as we're tracking that. We're trying to track the validity of this dot, basically. And it looks like it's about average. So, you know, nothing too, gathering data on that's going to be a little more difficult. It's easier when it's in the extremes. So everything's been pretty chill with the global connection. Everybody's connection's been pretty solid. I keep getting these notifications. Y'all, I'm popular. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so I have this new beautiful resource that I have to learn first, but I wanted to show this to you because if anybody knows what this is and has some videos or something on there and they want to shoot them in my direction to help me educate myself before I'm talking about them on my YouTube channel, that would be great. But all the information is down here, it seems. But the sun was going down and I didn't want to miss my opportunity to film because I use a window as my lighting and my curtain as my background. So, you know, geez, Facebook's just popping off. But yeah, so I'm going to learn this better and hopefully I'm going to be able to talk more about the cosmic energies coming in, which is really a huge, huge interest of mine. And I was so grateful to be sent this by my friend Alexander on Facebook. So shout out to you, Alexander. Thank you for sending this to me. And that is it. That wraps up the report. I just want to speak on some more esoteric info right now. We're going to talk about the astrology real quick. And I got this information from the Leo King, David Palmer himself. I have his app, which I would highly recommend you use. Super helpful with astrology. He does daily videos. The guy works his butt off and he's about to expand his whole empire right away here. And I'm looking forward to it because he knows what's up with astrology, that's for sure. But he said that Venus, the moon, and the sun have moved into Aquarius. So it's basically like a lightning bolt of new energy coming in for, he said it's time to make the impossible possible. It's time for doing things differently and setting a new tone. But yeah, the energy is there for you to basically start pursuing things in a new way. And I'm sure you are feeling this today. If something like that has occurred, I'd love to hear about it again in the comments below. And I pulled a tarot card for us today for a message through my guides to you, see what this would be helpful. And the card I pulled was the Nine of Pentacles, which basically means you've been busting your butt and now your rewards are rolling in. people love to see this card. It's a great card. This lady, she's got pretty dope ass parrot, and she's got a bunch of pentacles sitting there. She's just reaped in the rewards. So hopefully this is also for all of you. So all of that work and all these things you've done and created, I hope you're reaping your rewards. I certainly feel that way. And yeah, who doesn't love to get good news from a tarot card? But yeah, and so thank you for all of you who have subscribed to this channel so far. I hope to continue putting up content every single day. If there's anything that you'd like me to do or you'd like to see on here that I haven't yet touched, let me know. Thank you for all of you who are supporting me as well. This is my Patreon, and just a reminder for anyone who pledges the $20 reward, you get a free tarot reading from me once a month. So we'll just book it whenever. And it's great to have just a monthly check-in with your guides. I do a whole spread for you. And I have my very first testimonial on my website here from my reading today. So you can just press book online and you can book an individual reading if you'd like. I do sessions for people, more intensive sessions. A lot of people don't get the chance to really discuss their awakening process and the things that they're processing because they're alone, basically. And I've reached out to people myself in my previous Ascension awakening process, and it's proven to be, it's worth its weight in gold to have somebody listen to you and validate all of your experiences. So I put myself out there to be able to do that. I also do tarot readings, and anyone who does any sort of donation, any sort of patronage, $1, anything, you get into the secret group that I have. And this group is basically going to be my platform where I'm going to do a lot of interviews with a lot of awesome people, and they're going to be live, so you're going to be able to participate and ask questions. And for those of you who are interested in that, all it costs is $1, and you're making a huge difference in my life, and it would be greatly appreciated. That's sort of the way we're living right now. I want to live in a place where, money is no item, and truly right now I am in sort of a position like that, and I'm truly blessed. I just, I wish to just be able to buy my family birthday presents and things like that. The average thing. It makes a huge difference in investing the energy towards a creator like myself. And I've done it to plenty of others. It is returned to you by the universe, and it shows that you truly are on a path through your own betterment. And that's where we have to start, is improving ourselves. Anything I want to say still? Of course, we have about we have about 360 members in the New Earth Memes group, which is awesome. If you have memes, if you're a creator of memes, about awakened conscious memes, I'd love you to join the group. And we are reposting these memes out in social media for all eyes to see. We are changing the consciousness through memes, and it's been a fun project so far. But I think that is everything. Racking my brain. Yesterday, the energies were pretty intense. I think it was the last of it, though, which I'm so incredibly grateful for. There was a bit of celebration in my own life last night, and it felt like a good pat on the back, like you did it, you made it through. There was some serious gunk that we were transmuting, and we made it. And I'm happy, and it looks like the tarot cards and the astrology are saying the same thing. We're pushing forward. We're doing our new projects. We are coming into our abundance for all our hard work. And yeah, I want to finish quickly with a incredible channeling that a friend of mine did. And this is more of a personal part of the video. But a friend of mine, she has been in contact, like in channeling through meditation with otherworldly beings. And this is a topic that a lot of people in our community are totally comfortable with now, but this is YouTube, and I want to give a preface it that this is indeed a phenomenon that I've seen over and over and over, and more people are being contacted and more messages are being channeled through. And always use your discernment with channeling. I can't say that enough, but this is a dear friend of mine, and I intuitively and empathically feel like this is a message truly being channeled. And it's personal because she knows that I was being referenced in this particular contact because I have had dream contact with these beings. And basically, I'm going to read you a part of it, and I really hope that some of you begin to follow her work, because she seems to be channeling a lot more lately, and it's very exciting. It's very uplifting messages from the people who call themselves the Andromedans. So I will just read you a quick portion of it for the last part of this video, but otherwise, thank you for being here. I love you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. So here's the reading. I am Armanda of the Andromedans, of the light ship that landed some days ago near you, which she spoke to me about. We are so pleased to see the light expand around you and that our message was shared with all. We are also so pleased that you do not limit yourselves anymore as you used to, for you are all limitless beings as we are. And now you are remembering the great capacity, empowerment, and gifts that all of you carry inside of you, for the light is within and always has been. We are here today to tell you to look at the stars, to look to nature, and don't just look, feel. See beyond. Feel deeply in your heart how all is one and all is connected. We know you have heard this message before, but it is a reminder to stay connected to all that is and to the one prime source creator. For if you stay connected, you will not falter. Even in moments of doubt, connect to source, to love. Our reasoning behind looking at the stars and looking at nature is that if your eyes are open and your heart is open, you never know what might appear in front of you. So look and feel with open hearts. We have seen many of you, referring to me, creating new things. We have seen you go beyond the scope of your imagination and tap into the infinite creativity that is available to you inside of you. Creating is a great practice for that is what we are here to do, to create, to make magic, to be. And it goes on. It's fantastic, but I love the message, and I hope to share more of these channelings with you. I share them on the Ascension Diaries Facebook page if you would like to see. And that's all for now. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you tomorrow.